Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Madash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Aquat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,001 third, the hopeful elect of Israel. All right, so the name of this lesson, and the lesson is for me, private lessons, if you will, but it's for me, and then it's for everybody else, because you got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So the name of the lesson is going to be called "Don't Be a Demon," and in honor of this demon right here, right? This kid happens to be 21, right? I've seen him walk up to me before and basically start an argument. He got a Bible in his hand, okay? And he's a demon, right? A disrespectful demon. Come up, sir, sir, but listen, sir, right? And when somebody calls you sir, right, they think, and these kids nowadays believe that that's all they got to do, and that's called respect. No, right? Just because sir came out of your mouth don't mean that you're being respectful, right? You're being disrespectful by using the word sir and then arguing with a grown-ass man immediately afterwards, okay? And then when the scriptures come out, you got a Bible in your hand. Well, here, let me help you with that. Let's read Ecclesiastes 5:1, and let me show you where you're in error. But no, you're going to overtalk the man that's out here teaching. So you came to teach the man that's teaching, right? And here it is, you're 1/3 of his age, right? Which doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? Because Yahushua was cutting, right, the men in the synagogue, grown-ass men in the synagogues at 13. So it's not about let no man despise your age, right? Which is a precept. But when you read the rest of that precept, you can't use that. Let's get that. Let's get that right now, okay? Before I get to the principles that I'm trying to get to. So let's do this. Salaki, bear with me. Let's go here. Let's get let no man despise thy age, because I mean, see, a nigga will try to use the word deceitfully. Let no man. What does it say? Let no man. See, there's two parts to let no man despise. And I don't despise nobody's age. I despise your ignorance, right? And trying to be slick with the word, right? And if you don't think an old man can see right through your young, stupid ass, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. Let no man, right? Let's look at it. Let no man despise your age. A stupid kid that says that, right? You know he's in error, because he won't read the rest of it. Let no man despise, right? Where's that? D-E-S or D-I-S? Despise. Thy youth. Okay? Yeah, see? Now let's go through it. Let's break it down. Let's read the whole scripture instead of just what you're trying to be slick and be a magician with some witchcraft, see? When you use half the scripture, you don't even know what you're saying, right? Right? Why? Let no man despise thy youth. If what? If you are see, there's more to it than just that. But what does that mean? Conjunction, junction. What's your function? I was happy but sad. I was gleeful, but it's a conjunction. That means these two things go together. You can't just, well, we're going to stop right there. We've made a complete thought. No. But be thou an example. You ain't being no example, so I could call you out on your stupid, young, dumb ass for being an idiot. That's not despising your age. Read the rest of it. Okay? What it is you're trying to jump the gun. You're trying to put yourself on the level of a grown ass man, but you ain't doing this. But be thou an example. You're not being no example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity, So this is out the window. Okay? You can stand on your age, right? Say, well, you can't hate me because I'm young, because I'm doing all these things. I'm being an example of a believer in the word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. You're doing none of those. You're being a nigga. Okay? Why and how do I know that? Here's how you're being an example of a believer. In word, well, let's look at the word. And these two things go together. Because when this comes out, and it did, I'm not trying to get hung up on what happened yesterday at camp, but before I get started with these principles, this has to come out. All right? Let's read it right here. 1 Timothy 4 and 12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Okay? All right? Do this if you're doing this. But set an example for the believers in speech and conduct, in love, brotherly love, in faith and in purity. Okay? This doesn't mean anything. Let me try to break it down for you. This means nothing if you're not doing this. Okay? In word. Where's in word? Let's get in word. In word, what does that mean? Well, let's get the word. See, you know where I'm going. We go into the law. Well, you always do that. Well, yeah, you always do that. You always go to the law and you correct the nigga. Leviticus, right? 19. What does the word say? Are you doing this? You're not coming close to this. And 32, you're not coming close to doing this because you won't. Your spirit will not let you do this. So you're an imposter. Let's see. What? Is this the King James? Is that the King James? It's the King James Bible. Well, let's read it. Okay? Let's scrutinize this real quick. 32, thou shalt rise up before the whore. Now, a nigga don't understand that. He don't want to understand it. And honor the face of the old man. You might not understand what this word means, but this, honor the face of the old man. That's pretty straightforward and clear. And you're not doing that. You're completely against this. You see? And here's what else you're not doing. Fear thy power. You're not doing that. You have no fear. This, what does this say? This is very succinct instruction. If you're spiritual, if you're not spiritual, you'll blow right through this. You'll go straight to let no man despise thy youth. You got a fucking stupid snot-nosed kid up here screaming at an old man, telling him he's wrong. Nigga, I'm wrong? You didn't do this. This is the law. You got the book in your hand. The book of the law is in your hand, right? Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man. And you're not doing none of these things. You're not doing none. This is a commandment. Thou shalt. What does that mean? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not. That's a commandment. Let me help your stupid young ass. You got to get here first. This comes before. Okay, now we're going to scrutinize this too. This comes before, let no man despise thy youth. This comes first. You know, order. You got a problem with order. You hate order. You hate Yahweh. We could go through the whole thing. Okay? You don't want to keep the law? Oh, the law is done away with? You're not doing this. You can't do this. All right? So you're out of there. Okay? Now let's take a closer look. Oh, that's not the King James. That's what a fuckhead would say. Stand up in the presence of it. That's not the King James. Stand up in the presence of the elderly. You shall stand up before the gray head. You are to rise in the presence of the elderly. Thou shalt rise up. It all means the same thing. You don't understand what this means. Let's get some better understanding. You know what? Sometimes you go outside of the King James and you might find that it doesn't mean that at all. But guess what this means? It means exactly this. It means exactly that. And you can't change it. What you can do is you can get your punk ass in order and fear the Most High, but you don't fear the Most High. You can't do this because you're a nigga. All right? You shall stand up. All right, there's the King James. You shall rise before the gray-headed and honor the presence of an old man. You shall stand up in the presence of the gray-headed and honor elders. Right? Those that are out there clearly out there doing the work. Right? And you can hate me because you're a hater. You're not no man of the Lord. You got the Bible in your hand and you came out with vitriol and venom like the demon that you are, and you're over-talking somebody who is out trying to push the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're being a real fucking demon about it, all right? Watch the video, it's on there. Let's see. You shall rise up. What does that mean, rise up? It's telling you over and over. You are to rise. What does that mean? Okay. Well, I'm unleavened bread. I'm unleavened bread. I don't rise. You are to rise in the presence of the elderly. You can't do that. I can. I can stand to my feet and show reverence and respect to my elders. I can do it. And I do it regularly. You stand. Do you know that when you shake someone's hand, okay, you might not have been taught this. Niggas are not taught this. Okay? Your daddy didn't teach you when you were 5. You stand up on your feet and you shake this man's hand and you look him straight in the eye. Your daddy didn't teach you that. That's why you're in my face saying that this don't mean that. Okay? I command you. Ha! It doesn't mean that. It's not a commandment. I command you to show respect for older people. Doesn't mean that they're right. Doesn't mean that they're in the truth. It just means exactly that. And your spirit disagrees with this. Why? Because you don't fear Yahweh. We could stay here all day. Thou shalt rise up. Show respect to the elder. How hard is that? See, this is hard in 2024. This is hard in 1980. Okay? There wasn't no such thing as disrespecting your elders back in when I was coming up. In the 60s, in the 70s. There wasn't no such thing as that. You get your ass, the neighbor, somebody's grandma will snatch your ass up and nip that shit in the butt, and then you'll understand. But heck, where are we at now? The precepts don't mean what they say, and you don't fear the Most High. That's where we're at today. All right? Rise up at the presence of gray hairs. Okay? So in order, right? This is called balance, all right? Yeah, I'll let no man. First of all, I don't despise your age. I was once your age, okay? But the question is, where does your wisdom start and where does it end? Okay? Because if you're not doing what comes after, let no man despise thy youth, if you're not doing the things after that, don't even bring that up. And certainly don't try to bring that up to go up against a commandment. I command you. Where's that at? All right? I command you. Does it say I command you not to let nobody despise thy age? It doesn't say nothing about command. Well, that's not the King James. See? Checkmate, bitch. That's what that is. It's checkmate. You're done. And you can't see it. Why? Because you're not spiritual. All right? This is the King James. Means exactly the same thing. That's not the King James. No, you're in trouble, kid. Why are you in trouble? Because you don't fear the Most High. You're in trouble. You're handling the word deceitfully. Okay? This does not rise above a commandment. This is Timothy. This is Leviticus. What trumps what? You tell me. Okay? All right? Where does it say, I command you not to let anyone, right? Don't let anyone think less of you. I command. Where's the word command? If it's in there, I take it all back. Okay? No, this is a two-part situation here. Okay? You can stand your ground like Yahushua did in the temple at 13 if, okay, if you're Yahushua, if you're doing these things. Be an example. You ain't being no example because you can't do Leviticus. All right? Anyway, the name of this lesson, which will start now, I had to rant for a minute. Name of the lesson is Don't Be a Demon, right? In this truth. Don't be a demon in this truth, okay? Now, this comes from yesterday, before this idiot walks up, right? It completely changes, the spirit changed when this demon came up. Because I knew what he was coming to do, right? Slithering in. I mean, you can watch it, right? It's yesterday's camp, the 11th, I believe. Yes, the 11th. All right? This slithering snake with a Bible in his hand, right? Came to teach me the Bible, okay? And giving the sacrifice of fools. You don't even know what you're into, all right? The last thing you should ever do is walk up and scoff the camp. You don't know that? It'd be better just, hey, you believe what you want to, I'll believe what I'm going to go right up the street here. You want to teach? Go. Go get you a corner. All right? No problem. No, you came to scoff. I've seen it before. I've had idiots claiming to be in the truth, wearing fringes, come to the camp and scoff the camp for 2 hours plus. Right? Over talking, saying shit, bearing false witness. I'm like, this is crazy. You have zero fear of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Anyway, let's move beyond that. We're going to start with, again, I started out speaking, right? The Spirit was on me to speak about humility and humbling yourself, right? And that goes out the window, right? Because I have to defend the gospel, right? So anyway, you can go back and watch that. So let me carry on from where I was rudely interrupted. Humble yourself. Let's get that. And I'm going to try to keep it. I mean, I'll probably already ramble. Humble yourselves, therefore. All right? Humility, right, keeps you from being a damn demon. A proud, what is the opposite of being humble? Being proud. And the Most High hates that. Don't be a proud ass nigga. Okay? Let the old man talk. If the old man isn't aligned with the truth, okay, you gently admonish him if you do. And it says that in the scriptures. You speak to him as if he were your father, right? And then you let that man, hey, you be at peace with all people. You don't come up shaking your hand at no old man. Either he gets it or he doesn't, and you treat him, whether he's in the truth or not, right? You treat him with honor and respect anyway. Okay? Here's a secret. That's how you honor and respect yourself. And you don't know anything about that. You have zero honor and zero respect for yourself if you can't honor your elders. It starts with you. And you don't know that. And you claim to be in the truth. All right? 1 Peter 5 and 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time. This clown is trying to exalt himself, right? What we know, what comes with that? Abasement, right? He that exalteth himself, what? Let me get it. What is it? Shall be abased? Let's get it. Here's that humbleness. Matthew 23 and 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself, this clown, if you listen to what he's saying, does it matter? What's the Most High's name in this? Does it matter? You're exalting yourself above Yahushua. Of course it matters, you fucking fuckface. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. And he that shall humble himself, shall be exalted. Okay? And that was what I was trying to say yesterday. Because what was I saying yesterday? Okay? Here's what I said. Oh, you know what? It happened again. The elder apostle Tahar used my video. And that doesn't mean anything. But to me, it's a spiritual sign. It uplifts my spirit when something like that happens to a nobody like me. Okay? And I need that to get, I need my spirit uplifted. Right? So, what must I do when that happens? You got to humble yourself. Don't get proud. Don't think that you've accomplished something. This is for me. Okay? And when I started the camp yesterday, I was speaking for me because it happened again. And what do I have to do? I got to make sure that balance is involved. Okay? So we did balance. Salaki, we did humble. Now let's do balance. Let's go to balance. What? A false? And I wrote down 2 precepts, spiritual and separate. We're going to get to those. Right now, a false what? Now we're dealing with balance. So we dealt with humbleness or humility. Now we're dealing, and I'm trying to be quick about it because I got precepts written down, in some prior notebooks and stuff, and we can spend all day like we used to. But the elder apostle Tahar said, no, we're hitting it quick now. So I'm trying to keep it at 10. Right? Shoot, I'm trying to put it at 6. It's not going to work. Where am I? Balance. Okay? A false what? Balance. Hit the precepts and go. What did I do? dishonest scales. Proverbs 11:1. Let's get the King James. A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Balance. You got to, stay balanced and not be over righteous. Okay? The video that I made, right? This one, we bring it up. Okay? This is the one that the elder apostle used to do a lesson on. And here's what happened. I got a pretty good idea, right? Somebody gives it a thumbs down, right? Either this is a total numbskull, right, who's giving it the thumbs down, or I'm pretty sure I know who did that, right? This ain't the King James, right? And this is a spiritual thing. I could be wrong, but I have a good idea, Not him. I don't know that guy. I know him as a demon, but I know other demons as well. So anyway, let's get back to the deal. What are we dealing with? Balance. Okay? Stay balanced. All right? Stay humble. Humble yourselves. Stay balanced. Okay? Be upright. Okay? And not that. See, I chose a name. When I came into this thing, I didn't have a Hebrew name. I didn't have a Hebrew name for years. And then I became part of a camp, and then they were like, well, what's your name? I'm like, I haven't really given it any thought. So I chose a name that actually kind of resembled my government name, right? And the name that I chose, because it was the reason I chose it because it resembled my government name. The name that I chose in the scriptures is Jeshurun, right? Which at the time I was like, hey, Jeshurun, right? And then the brother comes up and says, yeah, Yashawan, right? I have no clue what it means or even how to say it. Through the Spirit, I chose that name. And what does it mean? What does Yashawan mean? Like Yashawamba, Elder Yashawamba down there, okay? Now, I'm not trying to equate myself with him. We're two different people. But you know what? Pretty upright guy, right? In the Spirit. He's an upright guy. Yashawan means upright. Upright one. Okay? And it just happened through the Spirit. Now, when you find something like that out, and this is the reason I'm saying that, not because I'm upright, but because when that's your name, you have to live up to that, right? Your name is Joshua, and you ain't upright. No, you think about those things, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, oh, that's your name. Nomen omen. See, these are the things that we learned, right? Knowing whom we learned them from, and we're holding fast to them. And some of you were taught by the elder apostles, and guess what? You didn't learn shit, and you don't fear the Most High. And it's evident, okay? So, a false balance, okay? No, stay balanced, all right? Deal with just weights, all right? Did we go to upright? Not upright in him, right? Within him. I'm going to try to get through it here. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, there's that pride, is not upright in him. But the just, right? The righteous, the upright, not, you got to be upright. Okay? You don't want to be a nigger. Right? You want to be just. You want to be righteous. You want to be justified. Okay? The just shall live by his faith. The righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. Meaning, when you go to Leviticus, right, if the Spirit is dealing with you, he can show you exactly what it means. Got it? If the Spirit is working with you, right, you're going to understand. The Spirit of understanding is going to, that's not the King. You won't jump up and say something stupid like, that's not the King James, or let no man despise you, up against Leviticus. Okay? No, you're puffed up out there. You're trying to do you instead of do Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? That's what's going on. You don't fear the Most High. You're crooked. You got upright, you got crooked. What is a phrase for crooked? Not upright. Okay? You got to be upright. Okay? Humble, balanced, upright, right? Where did we get that at? His spirit. Where is that? Their lives. Look at the proud, right? They trust in themselves, not the Most High. His soul. His soul, his soul. His ego is inflated. Look at that. All right, you got to be spiritual in this thing. Okay? That pride is going to get you, right? Even me, I have to watch out. I got to watch out because immediately, right? Somebody dealing with me, they're like, you proud? Am I? Their spirit. Where does this take us? Look at the proud. Their spirit is not right in them. This is the kind of nigga that will bear false witness without even thinking about it, right? The thing, one of the 6 things, 7 are an abomination, is being proud, right? So you got to be afraid of that. Most High hates that, right? But then if you don't fear the Most High, guess what? You're out there being proud. Your ego is what's important here. Their spirit is not right in them. You're not right. A nigga that ain't right saying, you ain't right. You ain't right. You're saying that to me? Bearing false witness. Okay? Their spirit is not upright in them. What are we dealing with right now? Uprightness. You ain't upright. You ain't right. Your spirit ain't right. Where does this take us to? Okay? We got humble, we got balance, we got upright. Let's deal with your spirit. Okay? I'm going to close it out. Romans 8. This is Romans 8 and 6. Let's get to King James. Right? Did I get this right? Romans 8 and 6. This isn't what I'm looking for, but let's see. I don't want spiritually discerned, but let's read this real quick. Romans 8 and 6, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Okay? All right, now we're dealing with the spirit. Didn't we just do this? DES. The DIS? Ah, there it is. DIS. 1 Corinthians. Okay, we're dealing with the Spirit now. And this is why you don't understand Leviticus. All right? 1 Corinthians 2 and 14, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness. It don't mean that. Let no man despise thy youth. No, you're using the word deceitfully. All right? But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Now we got to go back to Leviticus. You can't know this. You don't know this. That's not the King James. You don't know what this means in the King James. If we use the King James, it doesn't mean that. It don't. Let's ask the elder apostle Tahar. You tell that gray-haired old man, you ain't been in the truth that long. See, this is how a nigga, right? A fucking demon-ass nigga, this is how he deals. Well, you ain't been in the truth as long as Elder Apostle Tahar. I believe the Elder Apostle Tahar is probably 2 years, maybe 3 years older than myself. Okay? That don't mean nothing. You ain't been in the truth as long as the Elder Apostle Tahar. I don't have to respect you. That's what a nigga is saying. I don't have to respect you. Let's read it again. Thou shalt rise up, this is Leviticus 19 and 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man, and fear the Most High. I am the Lord. Now we got to go into it again. Stand up. See, you got a problem with it. Show respect. You can't. Why can't you show respect to an old man? Because you don't respect yourself and you never learned that. And now you call yourself being in the truth and you're just a nigga with fringes on. You're just a nigga with a Bible in your hand standing in front of me, giving the sacrifice of food. You think this is a game, right? You think it's a game. Right? And I don't speak on things that I don't know about. I got to know who you are or had some sort of encounter with you to say the things that I'm saying. And guess what? The angels have it all recorded. So you could keep lying and bearing false witness, thinking that somehow you're going to get away with that shit because you don't fear the Most. You fucking idiot. All right? So I probably am not coming off being humble right now. Pretty much what happened as soon as this dude showed up, but it's the Spirit. Okay? So if you're not spiritual, you can't understand this. You don't understand that you have to get to your feet, rise to your feet. Here's what it means. Stand up. What does that mean, stand up? Here it is, very clearly. It all means the same thing. You shall stand up. I ain't standing up for you. I know you're not, because you're a fucking demon. You couldn't do that. You couldn't humble yourself. You want it all now. All right? And when you're 60 and some fucking stupid kid stands up in front of you with snot all in his nose and he disrespects you, you're going to laugh at him. Okay? And he's going to say, let no man despise your age. All right? No, you have to be spiritual to understand spiritual things. Let's go back to it. Where did we come from? 1 Corinthians, right? 2 and 14. Let's read it in the NLT. It's not the King James. But people who aren't spiritual can't receive these truths from the Most High's Spirit. What truth? That you are to. Here's a command. What do you not understand about this as a commandment? Is let no man despise thy youth. Is that a commandment? If it is, let's read the rest of that commandment and see if you fall within the confines of that commandment. I don't think so. So what do? The lesson ran long. Okay. If you ain't spiritual, right? If you're not humbling yourself, if you're not balanced, if you're not upright, if you're not spiritual, then what? Line upon line, precept upon precept. These are those attributes, right? Don't be a demon in this truth. 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. So we got humble, humility, balance, right? Don't come with a false balance. Upright, Joshua 1, upright, be an upright one. I'm striving for it. Okay. Be ye spiritual. All right. Right? And be ye separate. 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Wherefore come out from among them, right? Be not unequally yoked with unbelief. You don't believe that Leviticus 19, you don't believe that you have to respect your elders? But you can go back into the Bible and refute Leviticus 19 with something that has nothing to do with that. All right? Don't you know that in order for you to let no man despise your youth, that you have to respect your elders? There's order to this thing. And you hate order. You hate Yahushua. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will. Don't you know I'm trying to be received over here? I got to separate myself from you. Holy. We're over here trying to be holy. Okay? Humble yourself, stay balanced, be upright, walk in the spirit, and separate yourself from niggas and abominations like this. Right? I'm a Trinitarian. Get the fuck out of my face. We don't have anything to say to each other. All right? And Salakia, if I'm trying to do a lesson on humility and humbleness, and it might not sound like that, but guess what? All right? Let's get one more. Though I be rude in speech. We all know this one, right? Right? 2 Corinthians 11 and 6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. But we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. Let's see. 2 Corinthians 11 and 6 in the NLT. It's not the King James. I may be unskilled as a speaker, but I'm not lacking in knowledge. We have made this clear to you in every possible way. Hey, you admonish somebody twice, after that, have nothing more to do with them. Right? This is your second time walking up, spewing bullshit and rhetoric with zero fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ecclesiastes 5 and 1 came out. I'm like, hey, don't you understand what you're doing right now? Scoffing the camp. Mr. I got a Bible in my hand and I'm going to teach you. No, you're not. Right? You can start at Leviticus, right? And show some respect to your elders. Before I turned the camera around, right, sitting right here was if you go back and watch it, let me see. I don't know exactly when it was, but the old man, where's the old man at? There's an old man. See, this is my reflection. There was an old man sitting right here, right, which is in front of where I'm standing, and he wanted to know the name of the Most High, right? If you watch that interaction, right, after I examined the elder gentleman, right, then I knew, my spirit said, uh-oh, change your tone right now and show some respect and honor this man that's 8 years older than you. Not, shit. What is it? I can't even count that high. 29? Not 29 years older than you, but 8 years older or 5. Hey, you think I ain't got the utmost respect for the elder apostle Tahar? For 2 reasons. Because he's the elder apostle and because he's older than me. If it's only 2 years, if it's only 3. That's how I get out. All right? That's how I get out. And the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahashim Kakadash for that life lesson that I was taught by my father and my mother when I was a babe, 5. Okay? The water that is still with me, right? And I hope, I pray, I beg the Most High not to take His Holy Spirit away from me. So I'm going to end it right there. I hope that, this kind of went in the direction that it was going. So, yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully you were edified, you brothers and few sisters, with that shalom.